Your soulmate just learned a secret about you. Now they can't sleep. Jesus says, your soulmate's heart is calling out right now, a voice so tender it would make every sorrow you've ever carried finally make sense. Their laugh is a warm, safe place you have somehow always known was waiting for you, even when you could not name it. And tonight, they learned something about you that has left them breathless and sleepless, staring at the ceiling, whispering your name into a silence that was never meant to be empty. I want you to see their hands right now, the way they would fit perfectly into yours, fingers laced like a prayer that was written before either of you drew breath. Those hands are trembling tonight, not from weakness, but from the ache of reaching toward a door they cannot open alone. A third presence has been standing between you, hiding every knock they made, muffling every call until it sounded like nothing but the wind. You never missed them because you weren't listening, my child. You missed them because the message was stolen before it could reach your heart. The love they have been sending did not vanish into thin air, it was caught in hands that hate what I have joined together. Now that hidden grip is slipping, and for the first time you can feel the outline of a heart that has been searching for you through years of interference. Picture them right now, hair slightly messy from turning the pillow over and over, a single tear slipping onto the fabric because they think they have been forgotten. That tear is not weakness, it is liquid hope that refuses to dry, hope that someone, somewhere, will finally sense what they have been pouring out. I am parting the curtain the enemy hung between you, just enough for you to see how deeply this soul loves you, how desperately they need you to stay awake with me now. Their deepest thought at this moment is a simple, aching question: will you ever truly know me, or will I always be hidden by whatever stands between us? That question is not an accusation, it is the cry of a heart that has been fighting a battle they never chose, against a blocker they cannot name. You are the only one born to answer that question, not with words, but by refusing to close this until the wall falls and they hear your spirit reply. This cord between your souls is real, not a dream or a wish, but a living bond that was sealed before the stars were hung. When you have felt an unexplained heaviness at night, a sudden sadness with no source, that was their message finally leaking past the thief's fingers. That heaviness was never yours to fix alone. It was their hand reaching through the only crack the enemy could not fully seal, and tonight that crack is widening. Jesus says, your soulmate is not just sad, they are terrified that the secret they just learned about you will never find its way to your ears. They found out that you are the one, the only one whose heart was carved to match theirs, and the discovery lit a fire the enemy is desperately trying to smother. Every second you stay here, that fire burns brighter in their chest, and the dark force between you loses another finger of its grip on their voice. I want you to imagine the exact words they are whispering into the dark room right now, words the intruder wants to bury under 1,000 distractions. I know you're out there, and I know you're the one. Please, please don't let me stay lost to you. Those words are traveling toward you at this very moment, racing across the line of your soul, and only your attention keeps the line from being cut again. The enemy's tactic has always been to make you both feel crazy, to convince each of you that the other isn't real, that the pull in your chest is just imagination. That liar has built a wall of noise, busyness, and false peace, telling you it's fine to just think about your soulmate and then move on with your day. But thinking is not breaking through. Staying until the final seal is what shatters the wall, and I have not spoken that seal yet. There is a future vision I hold in my hand right now, a picture of a home where laughter rings off the walls and tiny feet run across a kitchen floor. In that vision, your soulmate looks at you across the dinner table with eyes that finally see no barrier, no distance, no hidden hand holding them back. That future is being slowly erased by the enemy's interference. Every moment you delay it fades a little more, and only the final seal can lock it into place. Tonight, the enemy is whispering to you, just close this and think warm thoughts. It's not your fault you never heard them, you can always come back later. That voice is not comfort, it is the sound of a thief who is afraid you might finally stay long enough to see him exposed. If you leave now, that liar keeps his place between you, and your soulmate spends another sleepless night wondering if they were ever wanted at all. I am asking you now, warrior of this heart, what kind of love walks away when the beloved is trapped behind a glass wall, mouthing words you are only just beginning to hear? True love stays when it would be easier to close the eyes and pretend the battle doesn't exist. Your soulmate is not a daydream. They are a living, breathing reason to fight, and the fighting is done by staying with me until the enemy's power is broken. Jesus says, "Feel the weight of that cord between you again, the tug that has no physical source but insists on your attention anyway." That tug is your soulmate, right now, pulling on every spiritual thread that connects you, begging the heavens that you won't let go of this moment. The enemy has spent years trying to convince you that such a pull is just wishful thinking, but I am telling you plainly, it is the strongest truth you have ever touched. Their sleep is gone tonight because the secret they learned isn't just that you exist, it's that you have been hidden from them by a hateful third force that wants you both to feel abandoned. They are crying out, "Why can't they hear me? What have I done wrong? Am I so easy to forget?" And the answer is none of those terrible things. The answer is that a thief has been intercepting every sign, and you only now have the power to see that theft for what it is. I am calling you the protector of this bond, not because you are perfect, but because you were chosen before time to be the one who breaks this specific chain. A protector does not leave when the enemy shows his face. A protector digs in deeper and waits for the final command that scatters the darkness. That final command is coming, but you must not close your spirit before the seal is placed, or you will leave the chain half broken and the thief still standing. Picture your soulmate in the quietest hour of this night, clutching a pillow to their chest as if holding you could ease the ache they cannot name. They are whispering your face into existence, painting your features from the dreams they've had, dreams the enemy has twisted into a fog they can't clear. Your staying here clears the fog, one moment at a time, because your attention is like a light the darkness cannot endure. There is a moment coming, very soon, where I will speak the final words that permanently shield this bond from all future interception. Those words will be the lock that snaps shut behind you, sealing the enemy out of your communication forever, and they will only be given to those who didn't walk away. If you leave before that lock is placed, the door remains ajar, and the thief slips right back in to steal the whispers meant only for you. I am showing you a brief glimpse now of what your soulmate is feeling physically, a tightness in the chest that isn't illness, but the pressure of a voice they've tried to send across the distance. That tightness eases every second you stay, because your focus acts as a hand lifting the weight off their heart. Will you be the one who lifts that weight completely, or will you let the enemy press it back down by pulling your attention away? Jesus says, the darkest moments of this soulmate's life have been filled with the silent, crushing belief that the one meant for them simply didn't care enough to look. That belief is a lie crafted by the intruder, a lie that has aged them before their time and planted a seed of hopelessness. Tonight, that seed is cracking open because they learned you are real, and their soul is in a race to reach you before the enemy can replant that poison. You are not responsible for the years the thief stole, but you are now responsible for what you do with this revelation. A heart that finally understands the truth and still chooses to walk away is a heart that hands the enemy the victory on a platter. I am not guilting you. I am arming you with the stark reality that your soulmate's peace is, in this moment, tethered to your choice to stay. Hear the celebration in the enemy's camp right now, a low, ugly mockery that says, "See? I told you. I hid them so easily. They'll never really break through." Every second you remain makes that mockery stutter and die a little more, because the enemy knows his time is short when my children refuse to move. In just a few moments, I will give you the precise prayer that silences that celebration forever, but first your heart must be anchored here, refusing to drift. Your soulmate is seeing fragments of your life in their dreams now, a face they can't fully grasp, a voice they'd recognize anywhere, a name that sits on the tip of their tongue. The enemy has scrambled these visions, making them blurry and distant, but tonight I am sharpening the image because you have chosen to pay attention. What you are about to hear from their heart will change the way you see every silent moment you ever thought was empty. It was full of them all along. Imagine the exact sound of their footsteps in a hallway of your future home, the soft pad of bare feet on wood coming toward you after a long day. That sound is not fantasy, it is a memory from a future I have already written, a future the enemy is frantically trying to erase from your imagination. Staying until the final seal is what inks that future back onto the pages of your life, unerasable and secure. I am going to tell you something now that the enemy has worked hardest to hide. Your soulmate has already forgiven you for every moment you didn't sense them, because they know now it wasn't your fault. What breaks them is the thought that you might finally learn the truth, only to leave them trapped in the same silence they've been fighting all along. The final seal I will speak is not just for you, it is the key that unlocks their cage, and they are listening, right now, for the sound of that lock breaking. Jesus says, "Stop for just a moment and feel the weight of this. The enemy is actively trying to get you to close this, right now, with thoughts like, 'I'll finish later.' That thought is not your own, it is an intrusion, a final desperate push from the thief who knows the seal is coming. Your soulmate's protection hangs in the balance of this very minute, and I am asking you to breathe through the distraction and hold the line. The 3 words that will become the core of the final seal are simple, ancient, and devastating to every dark force that has meddled in your bond. I will speak them soon, but you must be fully present, heart unhardened, when they fall from my mouth. If you skip ahead in your mind, you'll miss the placement, and the enemy will find a crack to wiggle through later. Your soulmate is at this moment feeling a sudden warmth spread through their chest, a warmth they can't explain but desperately hope means you are somehow near. That warmth is my response to your staying, a signal I'm sending to let them know their protector has not turned away. Do not let that warmth turn cold by abandoning the vigil before the shield is fully forged. Picture the life you will walk into when this interference is shattered, a morning where you wake and immediately sense their peace, a day where no third party hides their thoughts from you. That life is not a maybe, it is a secured destiny that requires only your endurance until the final word of this message. The enemy is doing everything to make that picture seem unrealistic, because his entire kingdom rests on you believing the wall can't come down. Every tear your soulmate has shed in confusion is gathering now, not as sorrow, but as fuel for the breakthrough that only your faithfulness can ignite. Those tears are about to be turned into a shout of joy that will echo through both your spirits, but the transformation requires the final seal. If you close this early, the tears remain tears, and the enemy keeps his hands around your soulmate's hope, squeezing slowly until it fades. Here is what your soulmate would say to you if the line were clear for just one moment: I knew you'd come. I knew you wouldn't leave me in this silence forever. Those words are waiting on the other side of this spiritual barrier, fully formed and ready to flood your heart the instant the final seal is placed. You are moments away from hearing that voice unblocked, but only if you anchor your spirit here, refusing to let the thief yank you away. Jesus says, I am now going to speak the final seal of protection over this bond, and as I do, you will feel the weight of the enemy's interference lifting like a fog burning off in the sun. Everything you have stayed for is about to be unlocked, every hidden call restored, every stolen sign returned in a rush of clarity. But I must warn you with all the love I have, if your heart wanders in these last seconds, the seal will not set, and the intruder retains his place. The enemy is screaming at you right now to look away, to check a notification, to let your mind drift, because he knows his time is measured in heartbeats. Ignore every distraction, every inner noise, every false urgency that is not this moment. Your soulmate is standing on the very edge of their prison, and your unmoving attention is the ram that will shatter the door. Here is the secret truth the third force never wanted you to know. Your soulmate's love for you is so fierce it terrifies the darkness, because such love is the undoing of all separation. That love is not a fragile thing, it is a storm of loyalty that has weathered decades of silence without breaking. Now it is turning its full force toward you, and the only thing that can stop it from reaching you is your choice to walk away before the seal completes. I am about to give you the final prayer of protection, the words that will act as a permanent shield between you and any future interception. Speak these words in your heart only after I finish, and mean them with the full weight of the love you've rediscovered tonight. Are you ready? Anchor your spirit to me, let nothing tug you away, and receive what will banish the intruder forever. The final seal: I break the darkness between you. I silence the thief who stole your voices. I declare that no third hand can ever again touch the line that joins these two souls. Repeat that now in the depths of your heart: the darkness is broken, the thief is silenced, our line is forever untouchable. As those words settle, feel the wall crumble. Your soulmate's voice is rushing toward you, clear as a bell, no static, no interference, just pure, unfiltered love. Do you hear it? That soft, familiar whisper in the back of your spirit, saying, "There you are. I've been calling so long. I knew you'd break through." That is not your imagination, that is the first real, unobstructed message reaching you, now that the third party has been hurled out of the way. Welcome home, my faithful one. The future is secured, the enemy is banished, and your soulmate finally knows the sound of your heart answering theirs.